Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome. Okay, I think we can start because it's a couple of minutes past 5. Okay, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Again, it's an interesting, strange time, and I'm very happy to join with all of you. I hope you all can hear me well. If something happens and you can't hear me, make a sign or text me or something, then I need to turn off the video. Welcome, Solveig, Peter, and everybody. So I'm in Malta, in a farmhouse. I don't know what's happening fully, and the Holy Spirit is taking me around to places and people, yeah. There is so many things and synchronicities that have happened this week. I was invited to Exeter in England by two women, and then they both took the invitation back after I had booked my ticket. And I could still feel I was supposed to go there. So I called one of them and said, would it be possible you host me one night? And she said, yes, I feel it now. You're supposed to come. And she said, can you stay longer? But then I had already found the flight to Malta because the Holy Spirit showed me I should go to Malta. So that's where I am now. And all the way here, it's been these strange things like calls for love, calls for help in the buses, in the cars, on the planes, as if maybe I won't even get here, which I don't mind because I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be where He wants me all the time. And that has been like to help people out, it seems, and to meet certain people. So I didn't know if I was going to make it here because there had been a car accident on the way to the airport in Exeter. So we were very, very, very delayed. I was there like 40 minutes before the plane was going to take off, which is normally when you board the plane. And I had not been able to check in which is supposed to be 2 hours before. So check-in was closed when I came, and they had to send somebody out, and there was all this hassle with it, and finally I was checked in, but I had to pay a fee, and they didn't have change to give me back. So the people in security ended up giving me change back, and everyone was engaged, and it was this happy like encounter in this little airport in Exeter. And then somebody escorted me up on the plane because I was so late, and then I ended up in row 8, and this man is sitting there, and he said, "Thank you. I could feel you coming. I could feel you before you got on the plane. I got to talk to you." And then he starts to talk about, and he starts whispering. He said, "I know that the end of the world is coming, and it's going to happen in 2023. He said, "Can I talk to you about it? But we can't talk here," because he was concerned that people would hear. And he said, I'm also going to Malta, and I don't know why I'm going there." And I said, I don't know why I'm going there." He said, "Can I meet you when we're there? Can we talk?" And I said, "Yes." So I'm going to meet him tomorrow and talk about the end of the world and whatever. But we talked quite a bit on the plane. And he also just, yeah, he doesn't live anywhere. He is in a way doing what I'm doing, although he's I think trying to save the world, which I don't. And yeah, and today I just walked out here, on this island Gozo, and end up in a little restaurant for lunch, and then an older man just smiles at me twice, and I feel like, okay, I'm supposed to talk to him. So I go and say hi, and don't know what I'm supposed to say, but just say hi. Are you from here? And he's there with his son. And then he ends up taking me around the island and wants to talk and talks about his life. And it was a very gentle day, but it was like he needed a friend, and Spirit had me be his friend. Yeah, so all those things happen, and even on the bus from the farm to the airport, I thought I wouldn't make it to the airport in the first place in Dublin because the bus was delayed and the bus driver needed help. I needed to tell him some things so that he could get going with his bus drive. So yeah. So I'm just happy to be wherever Spirit has me, even if I don't understand why. And there is this sense of being above the battleground, like the course describes it, being above the battleground, being not really being located or being here, like being very abstract. Yeah, which is, it's pretty nice, but I feel like there is probably another dimension to go in it too, because there's still, yeah, there's still a little like strange feeling. So yeah, so I'm happy to be available here with all of you now, and I do feel, hi Heidi, welcome. I feel it's great to hear where you're at and what you would like to bring up today, where your heart is at today, how you're doing. And also I have greetings from David. he just called me before this call, and he says, send everyone my love, and share that I will do much more online events and things. And he told me I should do that too, that this next year will be much more like opportunities to join from home online, even more. It's been a lot, but it's going to be even more. So that's beautiful. So his love is just coming straight to you right now. He told me to do so. Yes. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing us. We give this space to you. We open the mind to you, the presence of our hearts. Be you in charge. We give this hour and 15 minutes to you. Amen. Yes, I feel that I've been sharing some posts on Facebook, and it's all about the dreamer of the dream, and the perception comes from projection, comes from our own mind. And we can only see what we believe. We can only experience in the world what we believe. So yeah, where are you all at? Does anyone want to bring up anything? It's a small, safe group, and anything is okay. Anything is welcome, especially if it's something strong for you right now. Eva Britt, I'll unmute you.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm very happy to be here, that you have your gathering today, and because I really felt I needed it so much. And I'm so happy when I hear what you share, because I can see that's how I want to be in the world, or just be in purpose. And I have had some experiences like what you're talking about. I just a week ago, I was on a train, and a man came and sat in front of me and suddenly just started pouring out his heart, and was very stressed and upset, and he just connected with it. And I felt, yeah, I can see how wonderful, how beautiful that is, to just be in function in any way that it comes in. And I can see that I have been so afraid of that, to step up and be in function. And just now I am leaving my job, and I have a few days left, and I have been really, it has been such a challenge for me, and so much pain. I've been like sitting beside the pain. And when you say projection, I feel that I have projected out the pain outside of me, because it has been, I've not been ready to face it, you know. And now I feel like more, I'm willing to face it. And it comes in so much fear, because it feels like I'm dying. I can't leave this situation, because it's like my death. And like abandoning someone. And at the same time, I can feel it's time to face this inside me. It's time now. So yeah, I know it. And I'm so happy just to be with you and to share this, because
Thank you.
I know it. And it's time now. Yeah.
And that's the thing, we carry everything in us. You carry the belief in abandonment and the people that you're projected onto.
Yes.
And hurt and pain, and that you hurt them or something, you carry them in you.
Yes. Yes.
So the process of your own healing is just continuing, and you must be ready for it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah.
It's time to really deal with it.
Yes, it's time to not compromise. It's
Yes.
time to not people please. Yeah. Yeah, I feel it's time overall, it's time for no compromise with what we are called to in our relationships and in our life situations and in everything. It's time to not compromise. I just feel a message.
Yes.
For everyone. It's very important, because we only deal with our thoughts. There is nobody out there, and we cannot hurt anyone. We have to really take that in. We cannot hurt them by following guidance. We have to trust God that much. If we have been with the Course in Miracles for so long, like I think most of us here have, and if we still compromise and believe that we can take care of somebody better than God, that it's time to let go of that and trust. If there is, I'm just encouraging everybody who has a prompt of some sort, has some guidance, just it's time to follow it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. How is everyone else? Anybody else feel called to share? Or anyone feels like it would be helpful for you? I feel with my own situation and the farm and all of this, there can be this feeling like how are we going to do this? And I'm so glad, so grateful that the Holy Spirit is the how and will be the one leading it, because I can't really see how. I have no idea how this is gonna happen and work out. And of course, I have no interest really in an outcome either. So, so it's just kind of fun to observe everything. Yeah. Solveig. Hi.
I'm just having something coming up about all the talk about traveling, and I've been on a week vacation right now. Okay, just came home Monday, and have been like so many things coming up. Also before I left, about expectations and purpose and why am I actually doing this? But also really fear of my own expectations, fear of my partner's expectations, so many things just about having a week vacation. It was, yeah. And also all difficult to decide, I think, for anything. And I also discovered something about when I feel like if I, for example, take a decision for something, and I actually feel okay. I feel this is a good decision. That's something I really feel here. Then, if it's questioned by others or other wants to do something else, so much doubt come up, and I can hear and I can feel and hear myself finding excuses, and instead of saying, okay, I feel like this, I stick to this, I can feel myself coming with so many excuses, like making, like even blaming others for something, because then I don't feel guilty anymore. Then I can put it to someone else. But I really suddenly can see and hear myself making excuses instead of like just being clear in the communication and saying, okay, this is what I feel, go for it. I get really scared if it's questioned or someone wants something else. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that maybe you should join with Eva Britt, maybe in Eva Britt's group or something that could be helpful, because you kind of deal with the same type of, compromise. I can't remember if you two have met or not, but I think it could be good for you to make a connection.
Yeah, because I really feel it goes so deep.
Yeah.
And it's a pattern for like lifetime or even more going, and
yeah, because the mind is scared to follow the guidance, but it's like when you compromise, you get nothing. You just remain in sleep. When you have guidance, and then the fear of following the guidance will will of course make you compromise. But yeah, so that's what it is. The fear of following guidance is at the bottom of it. But it's just in the beginning now. It's like taking some steps and starting to dare to follow it. Then you will get used to it, and it will be like a momentum, and you will be much more assertive and dare to follow, more and more. But it's the first step, or the first steps, where it's more scary. Yeah, I did find it interesting. You went to Mallorca, but you went on vacation with your partner instead of.
Yeah, I went on vacation to Fuerteventura instead, not Mallorca. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I suddenly found myself having used all my holiday and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, I heard from David. They had only one participant in the silent retreat they had there now, and yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really like, when I saw that the silent retreats, I said, okay, I really want to go. And then it's difficult to know when is it, because normally I always hear you say that if it's guided, it's provided, right? But when I go and look, how can I come to Mallorca at these times when they have it? It's like impossible from where I live. And then I say, okay, is that a sign that I'm not going to go? What is it? It's really, yeah.
Well, a few times I've felt like, let Emily tell you, and I've said it to you.
I didn't hear, what did you say?
I've felt a few times, let Emily tell you. Like, listen to her, just bring it to her, what. Yeah, the guidance to go there.
Yeah.
Mm. So yeah, but it's good to see all those patterns. Yeah. Mm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm. Mm. Oh, Mary. Are you unmuting yourself?
Hey, Jenny.
Hi.
Yeah, I did. Wasn't sure if you were or I was, but I went ahead.
Yeah.
I just want to express so much appreciation for you sharing your guidance and what's coming up and these experiences. And I just resonate so deeply with your journey in the don't know, and things unfolding that you don't understand, and things coming that are like, what does this mean? Well, I don't need to know what it means, and just following that. It's such an inspiration to watch that. I'm thinking of the man that came to you on the that was the plane that said the world was going to end in 2023, and he wanted to meet with you, and and it's like, how did he know that you were someone that he could just express that to? And it's like the mind that thinks it knows just doesn't know. I'm like, that's just so cool.
Yeah.
That's just so cool that just happens that way. It's just that's the way life is supposed to be, or is, when I'm living in my right mind. And I'm thinking of my son. He comes to me with things like that. And he comes to me with things like, Mom, are you feeling these energies changing? And we used to talk about these things a lot, but I think I know it was, more from the split mind. It was more of, well, the world needs to change, and these energies are going to make it change. But now I can't go there with him in that same way. And he said, he'll go into his resistance or anger towards these idiots that don't get it. And I'm like, oh, wow. Was I doing that? Yeah, I was, because I was judging that these people don't get it. I'm on this path. I get it, and I, I'm so loving this new way. And it's kind of the Jenny Donner way. It's like, I don't have to have a response. I just get to listen and love. And, what does it even mean for the world to be ending? That's, it's the disappearance of the universe that just happens so naturally. When I'm disappearing in my life in a way that's very loving, but it doesn't feel like that when it first happens. But I just have to just know, when I trust and surrender to it, then you came up with, here's David, and I feel like David's speaking directly to me when he said, tell them what did he say? I love them, and that they're looking forward to more online. And I'm just like, oh, he's talking to me, because I'm seeing myself going out less and less. And then with, one person shows up at the retreat, what's that about? What's wrong with people? Well, there's nothing wrong. It's just saying there's another way. For me, it works so well to do this online. It's more comfortable. I'm in my home. I'm sorry, folks, I don't have on my makeup. I just, kind of crawled up. It's like, I'm embarrassed to show up like this, but why not? It's like, this is, come as you are. And I just have such appreciation. I'm just feeling this. This is the new way, and this is the disappearance of the universe as I knew it. It's so beautiful. Yeah, we don't know, but it's okay. It's not only okay, it's that I can participate in so many ways with so many beloved companions that are coming to me through this format, and it's better than physical. This body is just not keeping up with the things I used to. I don't like to go out at night. I'm getting cataract, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. But it's this, I'm so grateful that, this is coming to me in this way. And I just feel such a part of it. Oh, my dog. Oops. My dog decided to interrupt. But anyway, yeah, I just, and it's like what you're sharing, Jenny, I just want you to know that it's heard on such a deep level for me. It's really simple, and it seems like it's nothing, but it's not. It's really powerful. Even the sharing of, I don't know where this farm is going. It's like, it seems to be coming, but I don't know what it means. It's like, what do you outwardly function? And I love that, because that's kind of what is happening to me with my life. It seems to be a certain, coming in a certain way, operate in it. And that's spirit telling me that I don't need to know. And it's going to be a lot more fun if I don't know. So just let it be, and trusting that, and just trusting and surrendering to that. And I just feel that happening to me. And it's just, I'm just in awe of it. I'm just in total reverence of the way things are unfolding. There's nothing going wrong. Something new is being created. It seems like y'all's community is just spreading out everywhere, and everybody's doing weird things. And Frances with her movie, and I don't know, everything. It's just, but it's all being done by spirit. So my mind just won't get it, but I can go along for the ride. So I'm just going along for the ride. It's just whatever shows up, I'm going to enjoy it 100%, because that world of fear is just leaving, and it's just much, much more fun to just let it be.
Oh, Mary. Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for this, for being in that experience. Just give it to me. I mean, it's wonderful. And I feel that the spirit is like, the spirit is almost like, hands off, I've got this. Like, really, hands off. And you don't have to understand. You don't have to know. Please don't try to understand. I've got this. It is so strong. And around that farm thing, and all, everything, and probably around this, why I'm in Malta, Actually, I was on a farm in Sweden. I shared on Facebook. Maybe all of you saw it on Facebook before I came to the farm in Ireland, and that the young people who live there are together in a relationship, two of them, and very sweet. They're so sweet. And then I come here, and this woman who has this B&B here in Malta that, just came up on Airbnb, where I had some credit. It was the first one that came up. I'm not seeking. It was like Spirit just said, this is the one you go to. And I was having a chat with this young couple here by the table last night. And she said, I know someone in Sweden who is into A Course in Miracles and lives on a farm. In fact, I'm married to him, but I have separated.
Wow.
So she is from, plus she's from Iowa. When I start talking about Iowa, that's where I went first when I went to TM. She is from Iowa. But then she's married to this young man in Sweden who is together with my friend Mira, and they have separated. But apparently for her to be in Europe, she needs to keep the marriage for, I guess, for a certain time. So yeah, so, you know, strange. What is the chance, you know? It's all,
Yeah.
it is the spirit, you know. So I don't want to have my hands in the pie, and I'm glad I don't have to, because I cannot figure it out in this world, you know. It's, yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Thank you. I feel it. Patrick.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. I'm glad you got out of the house.
Yeah, I'm sitting in my car.
Yeah,
There's
Patrick was texting me privately, like.
uh, it's very noisy in there. Well, anyway, I just wanted to check in with you. It's helpful for me to hear all these stories about that I that tell me I don't really need to be worried about what's happening so much, just to try to follow guidance. My inspiration right now is to move to Arizona, uh, but I need to sell a house, and I'm planning to divorce my wife. So it's, you know, it seems like I don't feel like I can just walk away without taking care of the business, and it's not going according to any schedule that I, you know, would have made up myself. So sometimes I'm a little, you know, just wondering what what am I supposed to be doing
Yeah,
in the
why is
meantime.
it not going according to a schedule that you would like? Why is it going slow?
I would just like, well, I guess I have mixed feelings. I mean, I would like just to put the house on the market and sell it and then leave, but and also get divorced. But it seems like um, you know, everything I have to agree with my wife over everything that happens as far as the fixing the house and you know, getting the divorce, and um, it just seems like I don't know how to say it, but the way she does things is different than I do. It just seems to be taking a long time, but um, yeah, I can see there's
Well,
something not quite right about my thinking, I guess.
what is stopping you, Patrick? You gotta, you gotta move with your prompt.
From
You gotta move with your prompts. There is this distorted idea in some way sometimes of trying to have agreement or do it
yeah,
together because there's a fear of that you would hurt someone otherwise. But
well,
remember, it's all your thoughts, and
yeah,
if you need to have, you know, to get it moving, you need to get it moving. You need to speak to that. You need to speak to that resistance, whatever it is that is making it slow. So you go for it, you know. It's
yeah.
go with the Holy Spirit. That's, yeah.
Can yeah, it's very close, you know, to um, think we're very close to putting that. It's just going to be another week or something, and then it'll happen. And I really think that now. But I've been, thinking like this for quite a while. So I have to make a decision. See, if I leave and go to a different state, then in order to sell the house, it's not going to happen unless I come back and sign the papers. And
Right.
it's just not the end of the world, just kind of a hassle. Maybe I should just leave, and that'll kind of force the situation.
I mean, the thing, you need to move forward with what you can do. I'm sure you can. I mean, sign whatever papers need to be signed, and it's about speaking up.
Yeah. I think I need to look at. There's probably a better way to do it, so I'll do that. Yeah, I don't feel like it's going to turn out exactly according to my own thinking. So I just look for options, and maybe try some things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're not guilty. I think the guilt is always what is stopping. So just know you're not guilty, and you can be very loving in those steps. You can share with your wife that you love her, but this is what you have to do, and now you're doing it this way, and just be very, very clear. Just this is, and there is nobody to wait for in that, and just be very clear.
I have issues about money, not feeling like it's like there's not enough money for it to continue to pay for the house, like the mortgage. And it's not really true, but I mean, I have, fears about I can't afford to go live by myself and pay pay for the house at the same time. But
that's why you're selling it.
Yeah, we're selling the house, and then we'll have some money.
Yeah.
But
sell the house.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I think my wife's name is also on the mortgage or the deed, wherever. So I can't just do it, without her being in agreement with me. So it's kind of complicated, but I think I'll just, try.
Yeah, talk to her a bit more.
See what happens.
Yeah, it's to talk to her a bit more and get on with it.
All right. Well, I just wanted to hear you have the contact with you, and it's like Mary said, it's just the openness, sort of, and the acceptance, just the consciousness, almost, more than the exact details of how things play out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it gets also more and more unbearable to compromise. Get more and more uncomfortable. Compromise. I'm happy I could, if you'd like another call, one-on-one call, we could do that, Patrick. Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, there's a song, I think it was with Karen Drucker, I can only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. It's so beautiful, and we can't go faster than that. But when we're ready, we also cannot go slower than that, you know, when we're ready to go. And sometimes it seems like other people are obstacles and their opinions. And then that's just a call to be even more gentle and clear and direct. Remember, they are thoughts to put on the altar. And then just, you know, be open to the miracle. That's it. Because we are all having this ingrained people-pleasing thing that has been very holding us, you know, very strong people-pleasing habit, so much that we believe that other people are out there and can have influence and stop us, you know. And it is those thoughts that we address. It's those strong ingrained patterns that we need to address deeply. And so even to, you know, when you pray all the time of your day and night, just really be willing to see what it is in you that is stopping you, and then, you know, keep moving forward and keep communicating. And at those times when it's those crucial points, when somebody, when you sigh, when you feel, I have to wait for them, or I have to compromise again, that's your moment, you know. No to that. It's like, Spirit, what would you have me say? What would you have me do here? And don't be afraid, because there can be a fear of conflict that's there too, and different types of fears that we can see in that. So yeah, let's see. So we do have Heidi here. Heidi is hiding without her camera. It would be lovely to hear you speak, Heidi. It's okay if you cry. Would you like to?
I did not intend to, no. And I don't even know where to start. Just,
it's a very small, safe group of friends. Everyone has such a beautiful heart. Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah, it's not that I don't feel safe. It's that I a lot of times don't know what to even say. Like I feel like I'm blocked. And so when I do get speaking, things come out that I don't mean to say. Emotion starts coming up. I don't want to cry.
Stick to the emotions, allow them. You don't have to know what to say. You don't have to say anything. Just see what you're feeling.
Very blocked. I have such a deep worthlessness. And I get stuck in patterns that have been just a lifetime of patterning. Distrust. Judgments. I'm so, it just feels like a lot of self-hatred. And a lot of compromise, a lot of longing to be more involved, but finding every distraction to keep me from moving forward. I have so much love to give, and I just don't trust.
Mm. You do have a lot of love to give, and I feel, you know, to be part of a group. I know you're part of an online group and you're part of the online events, but I think to show up physically and be part of a group for a time, you know, like a devotional stay or something, would be immensely helpful to undo some patterns and to be accepted, to know, to experience it, the collaboration in a community setting, I think would be immensely helpful for you.
I tend to agree with you. That's been something I've desired for since coming into the course, and I do have commitments here, so it kind of keeps me from doing that. Namely, and the only one really, is my little dog. I am very dedicated to her, and I feel like I brought her into my life, and so it's my job to take care of her until she's passes. And she tends to have a lot of, she's very needy and has like special needs, and I don't trust to leave her for any length of time. I went to this last summer, Awakening to Love, and it was heart-wrenching to leave her because I knew I would have to just trust it should be okay. And, you know, maybe it was that I would be okay, you know, if I flip it. But I just know, and I don't want it to happen like suddenly. I want it to be a gentle, but I just know that I'm not willing to do anything until she's gone. I'm just not willing to let her, you know, leave her.
Well, maybe you should let the Holy Spirit decide that. Like leave her to the Holy Spirit, because that's even more safe for her and for you in your mind. Like every day, leave her to the Holy Spirit in your mind and let the Holy Spirit arrange everything, because it's not about hurting somebody or cutting somebody off, separating off, you know, when you have that deep joining like you have with your dog and an agreement, you know. But the Spirit's plan, the Spirit's plan requires no compromise. So I would let it to Spirit to arrange that.
I've put out the prayer.
Yeah.
I've put out that prayer. I keep, and she's such a, you know, just on one of the counts is that she just is, her eating is so discouraging to me because I work so hard to provide her what I think she'll enjoy eating. She won't eat anything to do with dog food, nothing to do with dog anything. It's got to be human grade type food, and I will try everything, and she rejects it, and yet she'll sit there and cry at me like, feed me. And I know that that's me. Really, it's a projection of myself. It's my own rejection of sustenance from God and my own. And so I've tried to put out the prayer to heal this relationship with my dog.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's really only a reflection of my own relationship with God.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't see anything changing. It just seems to be every day the same.
Yeah, you got to hand her over.
I think I'm doing that, but I guess I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I take it back.
I was with somebody, I can't remember who it was. I was in somebody's house, I think. They had a little dog puppy or something. And the puppy was very needy and needing to sleep in her bed or something. But I told her the same. I told her you have to hand her over. And the next night, she put the dog to sleep in the dog bed and was very, she really looked at her mind and she did this handover and the dog was fine. The neediness was gone and the dog slept fine. And she really joined with me in the mind of, okay, I'm going to do this. I can do it. And she was happy. She was like, oh, I can do this. It can work. So I invite you to practice that. Trust, it's the same as kids. You project on, the same thing as people project onto kids.
I do understand that, yeah. I'm like neck deep in it. And I don't know how to change or I think I've put out that prayer to just, Jesus, take this relationship and you take it. Mm-hmm. But every day it's just like a loop, the same.
Yeah, because you're also probably understimulated there. Just you and the dog, I think it's more like it's time to do this handoff to spirit, and you need some more maybe human awakening relationships for your own awakening. It's like time for Heidi not to hide anymore, it's and keep your dog in your heart and hand her over and see what spirit can arrange. It's beautiful.
What would that look like? I mean, as far as the relationship thing, I do join, it seems, on as much as I can on every online joining, and I'm like, the throat chakra is just stuck. I can't talk. Many times I can't show myself.
Yeah, but that's why you need something deeper. I think you need in-person relationships, mind training, and functions, so that you're worthy of them, and that I mean, I don't know how it is up there in Camas now, but Greg is there. Maybe that could be an opportunity there, because you're so close.
Yes, I am close, and what's discouraging to me is I'm housebound. I can't drive myself. I became blind in one eye, and so I don't drive any longer. It just creates too much blind spot, and I don't have, I lose my depth perception, and it just causes trouble to drive.
Right.
And
there are buses, and I think that is that's just the logistics.
And then there's money.
Come first. Yeah.
See, I told you, there's just so many distractions. I find a way to distract, like to say, no, this can't happen because I have no money to like just get on a bus and go somewhere. I cannot drive. I have a dog. It's like, yeah, I have.
That's what I said in 2006. I said that spirit, I have no money. I cannot go to Iowa. I cannot follow this calling. But the message was so strong. You can, and there were ways. The solutions came in when I decided I can. When I didn't put up the obstacles all around. When I decided this is what I want. So yeah, in time, I know you will.
I see. I have so much fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah. Thank you, Heidi, for speaking, for being with us. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're so worthy to keep sticking to our worthiness, to keep remembering our worthiness. And it's a moment to moment thing. It's a moment to moment decision to see where we think otherwise, where the pattern comes in, or the sigh coming in, or the hiding. That's the moment to open up to the worthiness, and then this other will just keep washing away. Because that's it. It's always thoughts. We may think of it in form, like I want to do this thing and I can't do it. But stick to the thinking, like keep working on your thoughts and your beliefs. Like I feel trapped, or I feel little, or keep removing your beliefs, because the form is the spirit's responsibility, actually. And Jesus says the plan of the atonement it's my plan. I hold the plan of the atonement. So for us it is about opening the door in our mind to it, and removing what we have put up against it, and then the form will just appear, like it has been doing for me now. It just, I am on this magic carpet ride, it seems, where just things show up and are given, and people I have no clue, no plan to meet, sitting next to me, and they say, the man on the plane is like, do you know that this is life-changing for me? Do you know this is so important? He was like, do you know I have to see you here? Like, that's, yeah. And of course it's not about me. And I say, yes, I know, because I know it's the spirit. The spirit is doing his work. And I'm just glad to be a tool, to be a vehicle and be available. It's the best thing ever. And I've never felt so safe, my dear Heidi and everybody. I've never felt so cared for and so safe as now. Nothing is safer than being led. It's unsafe and fearful when we hold on to our fears. That's the scary time. But I've never felt so safe as now, when I don't have a home, when I don't have, my own plans or anything. Yeah. I love you all. I think we have 5 minutes. 5 more minutes if there is anybody else, or we can just have a prayer time together too. Because this is high, this purpose is very high. I feel that when I meet people, the man on the plane, who is on some journey too, and being guided. But when I hear people talk, and he was talking about the end of the world, and I told him then the world will end in laughter. I said, yeah, but he said, all those people don't believe that it's going to be very hard for many people, he said. So I'm so grateful for this, that we are all given this path of A Course in Miracles and what Jesus is showing us, and we can be miracle workers. We're called to be miracle workers. So the better we become in following, in removing our own obstacles, the more He will use us as miracle workers in this world that is dark. You know, there's a lot of sadness in the world, and He wants us clear and ready so that He can use us, and He will use us. I'll tell you. Yeah. And we don't have to figure out the how. That's the nice part of this. Mm. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today. And I'm available on Messenger. Just send me text, and we'll find a time to talk. Okay. Walk in peace, rest in peace, dream in peace. Love you.